All right, everybody. Well, welcome back to the third part of our very first metal detecting video series, which was on my personal channel, which I originally did for my dad because he wanted to see what I did out there and he couldn't go out in the woods. So these were originally for him, and then we started the channel after that, after he sort of realized that, wow, this is fun, and this is like a new creative outlet, and it takes the place of my radio shows, and it kind of puts all of my favorite things all in one place. So that's why we started the channel. So I hope you like it. Hopefully we'll be back with something else interesting next week. We'll see. Hopefully we'll be getting back out into the woods pretty soon if the height of the snow goes down a little bit and if the ground is not frozen underneath there. So we'll keep checking. So stay with us. Enjoy. All right, well, we're hitting the road here. Going back up the road away from the sap house. Take you back a different route this time. How about that? This is a really old road, though. Which I didn't realize until I found the King George on it. Which I didn't even realize was a coin at first. That day I got it out of the hole, had a big bump on the back. I was like, oh, it's a large button. Threw it in the pouch. We find a lot of buttons, by the way. Then I got back and I showed it to Ann. I said, hey, I got this button with a broken shank on it. And I shined my flashlight on it and I was like, wait a second, there's something on this. And lo and behold, there he was, the king who lost America. Yeah, someone didn't like them. They took a nail to the back side of it and tried to pound a hole through it. I know at one point they were no longer being accepted. Yep, I gotcha. As currency, they were being denied. So I don't know if some places made an effort to deface them so they couldn't be used again, or what, but that's one theory. I was reading the history of my hometown, and they mentioned that. Not being able to use them anymore. They'd still use a King George II, but they wouldn't use a King George III, evidently. He was bad in their eyes. Amazing how some things never change. It's always somebody who's the bad guy. All right, well, we're back out into the sandy place here. Got a nice grasshopper going for a ride with us on the windshield there. When we get up here a ways, we can go to the right. There's a fork in the road right up ahead here. Although you wouldn't know it this time of year. They don't cut any of this anymore. You just have to know where the road is. And if you drive out here often enough, it'll flatten it out. Okay, and there's another right coming right up here. Is it right here? Yeah, it's right here. I almost missed my turn. So here we go, off into the wilderness. This is the alternate route that we take. The route we take when the culvert's washed out. There's too much mud. Alright, here's another stone wall. Go through this. Pause here for a second. There's a couple old roads that come in over here. Still pretty grassy. Found a colonial shoe buckle over there recently, which was nice. I didn't think it was that old. Previous to that, I only found some 19th century suspender buckles. There's a lot of noise over there though, which is interesting because makes you think there is a building or a structure. There's tons of nails, but nothing else. So I'm not sure what was going on there. So another old road through the woods here. There's a bunch of old skid roads and things. There's been a lot of logging activity out here. And obviously, like we were talking about, stone cutting. See another big stone wall there. There's ledge everywhere. Stone walls as far as the eye can see. You drive around out here and it feels like you're driving through an old neighborhood. Like there should be a cellar hole every 2 seconds, but there's not. And passing through another wall here. And the ledge right up there is evidence of a lot of stone work, a lot of stone cutting. And still sells stone every now and then to an architect who likes to come here and hand select some pieces out of some of the rock piles that have been left behind, but he doesn't touch the stone walls, obviously. Those are off limits. Another old skid road down that way. We're going to go to the right here, over by that big boulder which marks the passage down the road. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. Whee! And we wind around. See, it's all big ledge right there up on the hill. Stone ledge. Woohoo! Yeah, earlier this spring, Ann and I were out here picking up all the down limbs and things with a chainsaw and getting them off to the side so she could drive down here and get to her spring and get water that she likes to get. Now we wind back to the left here. Another beautiful old wall. I found some things out here too, strangely enough. Guess you never know where you're going to find things out here. Way up ahead there, you can see there's a clearing. There's a lot of logging. Over here too, some more recent logging in the last 10 or 15 years. At the top of this knoll, we're going to take a right. Over here. Drive back over to the farm proper. Let's see if my car screeches to a halt again when we try to go over these little trees. Come on, Loretta, don't stop me now. I mean, you're a forester. You're supposed to drive through the forest. You're going to drive over a sapling or two. It's just the way it is. So many butterflies and things out here. You might see some when we're driving back here. Now, we were walking through here earlier. We shot a little for you on the way back. We take a right one, look at that little cellar hole, and we take a left read back. There's the buildings again, if you recall. Monarch right there. Come on, guy. Come on. There he goes. So many butterflies. I'll put on a show for you. I had a funny video last year when I was coming the other direction on this stretch, and there was about 6 to 8 turkeys in front of my car leading me out. They got to the wall and they all banged an immediate right to get out of my way, but they were leading the way. That was funny. Here's that poor tractor barn that fell. There's the carriage house. The old Silverado. That's the corn crib. Right there. We keep a lot of our metal detecting finds up in there now. Box of stuff. I leave all the iron things here at the farm where they belong. Alright, we're back. Maybe I'll poke around a little bit before I have to leave. Alright. Shutting down again. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, we're done. Anne's here. There's Anne's feet. This is what we usually do. We kind of look at all this stuff. I found this one right in the middle of the road to the sap house. Ah. Sort of modern, but it's got a square nail.
Oh.
So
recycled, probably.
Could be. Hard to say how old it is. I don't know when that style started being used, but there you go. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's got a hole. Okay,
it looks like the plumbing.
Yeah,
plumbing.
It's got a bit of a bump on it there.
Yeah, it looks like the collar that you put out on the floor next to a pipe.
Yeah, I think there's a hole there and a hole there perhaps, so I think you're right. That was halfway up the hill. Thought that was going to be another shoe. This was interesting. I wasn't sure what that was. Another foot to it. Huh. I was thinking maybe it could be part of one of these.
Part of a horseshoe?
I'm not sure.
Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. Now that must have been putting in some taps. What do you call them again? What are they called?
Spiles.
Spiles. Anne knows everything about all this stuff. Let's see. A number of these.
Yep.
Various styles and sizes. Look at this one.
Yeah, that's like the other one you found. I think it's bigger.
I think it's bigger, yeah. It's a beast.
And the next head.
And that. And that was pretty much it for the day. It's got a neat profile though. Kind of comes back.
Yep.
Instead of coming straight back. Like, it's narrow on the end.
Yeah.
So,
huh.
I'd be a better cameraman when I do this. But yeah. I might try and clean that up before we put in the corn crib, see if I can find a maker on it or something.
Yeah.
In general, I should get my wire brush out and clean some of these things up before we put them away. This too. I'll make a...
Is that good? Something in it?
I don't know. Of course, I put all my brushes and things away. It doesn't look terribly old, but that style was around for quite a long time. I mean, I think the end being like that is an older style.
Yeah,
than nowadays.
The way it tapers.
Yeah, it's got a... Hard to say, but I can't imagine why that was halfway up the hill, unless it was pounding them into the trees to get
maybe
the sap.
Maybe they broke the handle and were taking it back and it fell out or something.
Yeah, or lost the whole thing and just rotted away.
True.
Yeah, pretty much it.
It was. It's a monster.
Isn't it?
One big ox.
Yeah, 2 of those on 1 foot. That's a big guy.
Yeah. Got most of its nails.
Yeah, I found some stone cutting going on halfway up the, or maybe 2/3 of the way up the hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Big section too. Like you're going to make.
Going up which side of the road?
Up on the slope behind the sap house.
Oh, behind it, okay.
Yeah, way up top. Not too far from where we hit a wall. There's another skid road up there, so I'm assuming after I found that again. I think I'd been on that before.
Yeah.
But I think...
Yeah, I took you back there one time.
Yeah, I don't think you went down that far.
No, probably not.
We showed them where the road goes. But, yeah, that must have been how they're pulling the stone out of there.
Yep.
I figured.
Yep.
So, but huge chunks like, you know, threshold, front steps, kind of size stuff.
Yeah.
Big, long, like 5 foot.
Yep.
And they just took what they wanted and left the rest. All right, that's right. I didn't even put that on the thing. It's like a little underwear clip. I was just looking around for a couple minutes before I got back in the car. Once I got back over here, and it was a copper or brass thing. So
that's the day's haul.
that's, yeah, nothing too exciting. Yeah, it's a mystery. Doesn't look like a horseshoe.
No, it's too flat.
But sometimes you'll get an ox shoe that has like a funny little end like that. So it could be the top.
I don't see any holes in it.
I don't know if there would be that far up, but I was thinking sort of like that part up here, like,
Oh, I see what you're
yeah.
pointing at. Oh,
Yeah, that one doesn't really have it. This one has a little bit of a bump.
yeah. Yeah, there's no bump on this.
No, just a mystery.
Yep.
Don't know.
So many mysteries.
Yeah. I might have to walk the side of that hill again. I didn't do it in any organized fashion. I just sort of, tried not to fall over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't think I ever went up there with my metal detector. Just around the building.
yeah. And I found I think I found the spot where I picked up those rocks for the spring that day, where I found tubing. I found little bits of tubing. For
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
they do it in the old days before there was tubing?
Buckets.
So they,
Tap in the spout, hang a bucket on it.
yeah. But they didn't use any kind of other system.
No, they had carried buckets on a yoke. They had the yoke out in the outhouse, and they poured the buckets into the bigger buckets and walked them down to the sap house, or up to the sap house,
Right.
depending on where you were.
Well, there's maples all the way up that hill. All I could figure
Yeah.
was the perfect place to have gravity going
Exactly.
down to the sap house.
And there's holes inside the holes in the walls of the sap house, so they must have had some kind of piping system.
And a tank or something.
Yep.
Interesting.
And they use oxen probably to haul it back up the hill. Dad used the snowmobile.
Yeah. I'm sure there were some trucks involved too
Yep.
at some point.
Yep.
What was the first truck on the farm? I can't remember what it was. It was mentioned in the history.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I was wondering if that one was still around. I know one of the old trucks is still way down around the bend over there.
Oh, that one doesn't belong here.
Oh, it
That
doesn't?
would belong. A friend of Joe's owns that.
Oh, so it was brought here later. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was one
Yeah,
of the
we
old
don't
ones.
have any trucks that used to be here. There were two that I remember. There was a Studebaker, which had the starter and the dimmer switch on
That
the
might
floor.
be the one that he mentioned in the book.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But there was an older one, which may or may not have come before or after the Studebaker. I think it was a Chevy. And it said Ames Farm on the side, which is in Alton, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's on the lake.
So, secondhand
A
truck.
summer, yeah, it was a secondhand truck. Dad took it up to Laconia and put a snowplow on it and made a snowplow out of wood. And used that for a while.
Probably worked.
It did what he needed it to do.
Yeah. I always thought about doing something like that with, like, my little sedans I used to have.
Yep.
I probably would have destroyed my car, but yeah, I took everybody for a drive with the video going down up over the hill and down through the trees, and I took the back way back around.
Yep.
Around the ledge and came back.
Yep.
The alternate route. So
Yep.
keep it interesting.
Over the river through the woods.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll wrap the video. Thanks everybody. We didn't find any gold today.
There's a coin.
Not even a zinc penny. But this stuff's cool. I always like finding the auctions.
Yeah. I can't believe it. We're gonna count them up some of these days and find out how many there are.
Yeah. I know there's more I definitely didn't dig because I recognized the signature now. But today I was sort of just digging anything loud. It sounded like big iron because I wanted to see what it was. Because I wasn't expecting a lot of other things out there.
You never know.
You never know. How many people tumbled down the hill and the yoke went flying and the buckets went flying and all the coins came rolling out of their pocket.
Yep.
Yeah. I was thinking though, that, why would you even take your coins out to the field?
Well, that's what I
You
thought.
just leave it on your desk.
If I had coins and I was going out and working in the fields, I'd leave them home.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't understand why you find so many.
Well,
Around the dwellings that
Yeah.
you did.
mostly around the block. But yeah, there's been a few odd ones here, but they're usually along a road or close to a road.
Mm-hmm.
So hard to say.
Yep.
I find them wherever they want to pop up.
Yep.
All right, well, signing off. Thanks, Ann.
You're welcome.
Over and out.
And that'll do it, folks. That's the last of the 3 parts of last summer's very, very first metal detecting video that I did. That one was never posted on my channel, so there you have it. Hopefully new content coming real soon. We'll find something interesting for you to watch next week. And come on back. Enjoy. See you out there. Have fun.
Oh yes, now let's take it home. That's all.
I said.